Welcome back once again to World Music Facts, the place where legendary songs come alive through their untold stories, fascinating history, and unforgettable facts. If you enjoy discovering the real stories behind the world's greatest music, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Your support inspires us to keep bringing you authentic music stories from around the world. Today, we are traveling back to the unforgettable decade of the 1980s to uncover the remarkable story behind one of the era's most iconic songs, Self-Control by Laura Branigan. Even decades after its release, this song continues to fill dance floors, radio stations, streaming playlists, and nostalgic playlists across the world. But behind its catchy melody lies a much deeper story about temptation, human emotions, and the struggle between reason and desire. Many people believe Laura Branigan was the original singer of Self-Control. However, one of the biggest facts about this famous song is that it actually began in Italy. The song was originally written and recorded by Italian singer-songwriter Raf, whose full name is Raffaele Rifoli. Raf co-wrote the song with Italian musicians Giancarlo Bigazzi and Steve Piccolo, and he released his own version in early 1984. His recording became a major success across several European countries, especially Italy, where audiences immediately connected with its modern electronic sound and emotional lyrics. Interestingly, Laura Branigan's version was released later in the very same year, yet it quickly became the version that conquered the international market. By that time, Laura Branigan was already becoming famous for introducing European pop songs to English-speaking audiences. Her powerful voice and emotional performances allowed her to transform songs into worldwide hits, and Self-Control became one of the greatest examples of her talent. Released in 1984 as the title track of her album Self-Control, Laura Branigan's recording combined energetic synthesizers, electronic drums, and her unmistakable vocal power. The result was a song that sounded both exciting and mysterious. It perfectly matched the atmosphere of the mid-1980s, when synthpop and dance music were dominating charts around the world. The song quickly climbed international charts. In the United States, it reached number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming one of Laura Branigan's biggest career successes. It also entered the top 10 in numerous countries and became one of the defining pop songs of the decade. Even today, many radio stations dedicated to 1980s music continue to feature it regularly. One reason for its lasting popularity is that the lyrics are much deeper than they first appear. At first listen, Self-Control sounds like an exciting dance song, but its message explores a conflict between discipline and temptation. The narrator describes how everything changes after sunset. During the daytime, people usually follow rules, responsibilities, and routines. But when night arrives, hidden emotions and desires often become stronger. The song paints a picture of someone walking through a city filled with bright lights, nightlife, music, and endless temptation. The darkness becomes a symbol of freedom, mystery, and danger all at once. Instead of celebrating reckless behavior, the lyrics suggest an internal struggle. The singer realizes that despite knowing what is right, the excitement of the night makes it increasingly difficult to resist temptation. This is where the title Self-Control becomes so meaningful. It represents a universal human challenge of controlling emotions, impulses, and desires. Every listener can relate to moments when emotions become stronger than logic. That timeless message is one reason why the song continues to connect with audiences decades after its release. Another fascinating fact is that the song never directly mentions alcohol, drugs, or specific addictions. Instead, it uses poetic language that allows different listeners to interpret the lyrics in their own way. Some people believe it represents nightlife and romance. Others see it as a metaphor for addiction, unhealthy relationships, or the psychological struggle between responsibility and temptation. This open interpretation has helped keep discussions about the song alive for more than 40 years. Laura Branigan's vocal performance also deserves special recognition. Rather than simply singing the melody, she gradually builds emotional intensity throughout the song. Her voice moves from quiet reflection to passionate power, making listeners feel the emotional conflict described in the lyrics. That emotional delivery became one of the defining characteristics of her musical career. Music critics often praise Branigan for choosing songs with strong emotional stories. She never relied only on catchy melodies. Instead, she selected songs that allowed her voice to communicate powerful feelings, and Self-Control became one of the finest examples of that approach. The production also reflected the technological revolution happening in pop music during the 1980s. Electronic synthesizers, drum machines, layered keyboards, and polished studio techniques created a futuristic sound that still feels recognizable today. Those production choices helped the song become a classic example of 1980s synthpop, influencing many artists who followed in later decades. As the song spread around the world, audiences from different cultures found their own meanings within its lyrics. Some heard a story about forbidden love. Others connected it to loneliness, personal freedom, or the emotional pressures of modern city life. That universal appeal transformed Self-Control from a simple dance hit into a timeless international classic. But the story of Self-Control became even more fascinating because of its unforgettable music video. Directed by one of Hollywood's most respected filmmakers, the video created an entirely new visual identity for the song and sparked conversations that continue even today. One of the biggest reasons Self-Control became unforgettable was its groundbreaking music video. While music videos were becoming increasingly important during the early days of MTV, Laura Branigan's video stood out because it looked more like a short psychological film than a traditional pop performance. Every scene was carefully designed to create an atmosphere of mystery, fantasy, temptation, and emotional conflict. The video was directed by legendary Hollywood filmmaker William Friedkin, one of the most respected directors in American cinema. Friedkin had already earned worldwide recognition for directing classics, such as The French Connection, which won the Academy Award for Best Picture, and the horror masterpiece The Exorcist. His decision to direct a music video surprised many people because major Hollywood film directors rarely worked on music videos during that period. Friedkin approached Self-Control as a visual story rather than simply recording a singer performing on stage. Instead of focusing only on Laura Branigan singing, he created a dreamlike journey in which reality and fantasy constantly blend together. Throughout the video, Laura appears to be drawn toward a mysterious masked man who symbolizes temptation, desire, and the unknown. The elegant masquerade masks seen throughout the video represent hidden identities and secret motions, suggesting that people often become different versions of themselves when night falls. This visual symbolism perfectly matched the song's central message about losing self-control after dark. The glamorous ballroom scenes, mysterious strangers, dramatic lighting, and surreal imagery all reinforce the idea that nighttime can blur the line between reality and illusion. Rather than explaining the lyrics literally, the video encouraged viewers to interpret the story in their own way. However, the artistic style also created controversy. When the video was first released in 1984, several scenes were considered too sensual and provocative for television standards of the time. MTV temporarily limited or banned the original version from regular daytime rotation because of its suggestive imagery and mature themes. To make the video suitable for wider broadcast, an edited version was later prepared with some scenes shortened or removed. Once those edits were made, MTV began airing the revised version, allowing it to reach an even larger audience. Ironically, the controversy only increased public interest. Many viewers want to see the video that had generated so much discussion, and the attention helped strengthen the song's popularity even further. Today, what once seemed controversial is generally viewed as artistic storytelling, reflecting how cultural standards have evolved over the decades. Another fascinating fact is that both Raff's original Italian version and Laura Branigan's English version became successful almost simultaneously. This was quite unusual in the music industry. Normally, one version dominates while the other receives little attention. In the case of Self-Control, Raff remained highly successful in Italy and parts of Europe, while Laura Branigan's recording became the internationally recognized hit, especially in North America and many English-speaking markets. As a result, both artists are closely connected to the song's remarkable history. Over the years, Self-Control has been covered and remixed by numerous artists around the world. Dance producers, electronic musicians, and pop singers have created new interpretations for younger generations, proving that the song's melody and emotional message remain timeless. It also continues to appear in films, television programs, radio retrospectives, and playlists celebrating the greatest songs of the 1980s. For Laura Branigan, Self-Control became one of the defining achievements of her career. Although she had already enjoyed major success with songs such as Gloria, this recording confirmed her reputation as one of the strongest female vocalists of the decade. Her ability to combine emotional expression with powerful vocals helped distinguish her from many other pop singers of the era. Sadly, Laura Branigan passed away unexpectedly in 2004 at the age of just 52. Her death shocked fans around the world, but her music continues to inspire millions of listeners. Songs like Self-Control, Gloria, Solitaire, and How Am I Supposed to Live Without You remain lasting reminders of her extraordinary talent and enduring influence on pop music. More than 40 years after its release, Self-Control still sounds fresh because its central message is universal. Every generation experiences moments when emotions challenge judgment, when temptation competes with responsibility, and when people struggle to balance freedom with self-discipline. Those timeless themes continue to resonate regardless of age, culture, or language. Perhaps that is the greatest reason why this song has never truly disappeared. It is more than a catchy 1980s dance anthem. It is a musical reflection on human nature, reminding us that the greatest battles often take place within ourselves. Combined with unforgettable production, Laura Branigan's passionate performance, and one of the most memorable music videos of the decade, Self-Control has earned its place among the true classics of popular music history. Thank you so much for watching this episode of World Music Facts. We hope you enjoyed discovering the incredible true story and fascinating facts behind Laura Branigan's legendary hit, Self-Control. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel, give this video a like, share it with your friends, and leave a comment telling us which classic song you would like us to explore next. Your support helps us continue bringing authentic and fascinating music stories from around the world. Until next time, keep listening, keep discovering, and keep the music alive. Goodbye, and see you in the next episode of World Music Facts.